In the world of the British royal family, where every public appearance and private decision carries layers of history and expectation, few topics stir as much quiet reflection as the delicate balance of security, family ties, and life away from the institution. Today, we're turning our attention to Prince Harry and a recent development that has once again highlighted just how complex his position remains years after stepping back from royal duties. It's a story that touches on protection, public service, and the personal cost of choices made in the spotlight. Royal watchers have long followed Harry's journey, from his time as a working member of the monarchy to his new life in California with Meghan and their children. And in recent weeks, reports have emerged about another chapter in his ongoing efforts to secure appropriate protection during visits to the UK. The phrase making the rounds captures the weight of it. The stakes could hardly be higher. What stands out isn't just the procedural details, but the human element behind them. Prince Harry has spoken openly in the past about his concerns for his family's safety, drawing from experiences that shaped him early on. Losing his mother, Princess Diana, in such tragic circumstances left an indelible mark, one that many who follow the royals can appreciate on a deeply emotional level. That sense of vulnerability doesn't simply fade with time or distance. It informs how he approaches fatherhood and the decisions that affect his young family. To understand this latest moment, it helps to step back a little. When Harry and Meghan chose to step away from their roles as senior working royals in 2020, it marked a profound shift, not just for them, but for the entire institution. The decision around their security arrangements followed naturally from that change. No longer receiving the automatic, round-the-clock taxpayer-funded protection extended to active senior members, Harry's protection would instead be assessed on a case-by-case basis through the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, known as RAVEC. This wasn't unusual in the broader context of how such protections are managed, but for Harry, it felt like a significant departure, especially given the profile he and his family maintain. He pursued legal avenues to challenge aspects of that process, arguing for a more consistent framework. Courts reviewed the matter carefully over several years. In 2025, appeals were heard, and ultimately, the decisions upheld the original approach. Protection would not be automatically reinstated at the previous level. Judges acknowledged the strength of Harry's personal feelings on the matter, describing some of his arguments as powerful and moving. Yet they concluded that the system hadn't treated him unlawfully or unfairly. It was a clear legal outcome, but one that left ongoing questions about how these matters are handled in practice. Now, in this more recent development, attention has turned to delays in the reassessment process. With a Home Office review underway to evaluate Harry's current threat level and appropriate security measures for potential UK visits, reports indicate bureaucratic backlogs are causing further waits. Critics have pointed out the challenges within the system, how high-profile assessments can sometimes get caught in administrative hurdles at a time when thoroughness is essential. For a father wanting to bring his children to see their grandparents and extended family, these practical realities carry real emotional weight. It's worth pausing here to consider the broader picture within the monarchy. The royal family has always operated with a certain rhythm of duty, tradition, and adaptation. King Charles has navigated his own health challenges and the responsibilities of reign with a focus on continuity and service. Prince William, as the heir, continues to balance public engagements with family life. In that context, Harry's path stands apart, marked by independence, but also by the lingering threads that connect him to his heritage. Many observers note that these separations aren't always clean breaks. Family bonds, especially in such a public institution, evolve in complicated ways. What makes this particular setback resonate with so many is the underlying tension between personal safety and public life. Harry has built a life focused on causes close to his heart, mental health awareness through initiatives like the Invictus Games, environmental work, and efforts to support veterans. These endeavors keep him in the public eye, which naturally influences risk assessments. At the same time, the desire for his children, Archie and Lilibet, to know their British roots, to visit the places and people that form part of their story, adds a layer of quiet poignancy. Some royal commentators have gently observed that moments like these remind us how the monarchy, for all its pageantry, is ultimately a family navigating very human challenges under extraordinary scrutiny. As news of the delay circulated, reactions across media and online discussions reflected a range of perspectives. Some highlighted the importance of fair and timely processes for anyone in the public sphere, emphasizing that security decisions should prioritize evidence-based threat levels rather than rigid categories. Others reflected on the evolution of Harry's public image, how the once cheeky, adventurous prince has become a more reflective figure, advocating for the issues that matter to him while managing life far from the palaces he grew up in. There wasn't one uniform response, which feels true to the complexity of these stories. People bring their own experiences and sympathies to the conversation. It's interesting, too, to think about how public fascination with the royals has shifted over time. In an era of social media and instant commentary, every development invites interpretation. Yet beneath the headlines, there's often a simpler truth. These are individuals making choices in circumstances few of us can fully imagine. Harry's determination to provide a sense of normalcy and security for his family speaks to universal parental instincts, even as the mechanisms around him remain tied to institutional frameworks. Looking ahead, there's natural curiosity about what comes next. The review process is said to be progressing, with a decision anticipated in the coming weeks or months. Will it open doors for more frequent family visits? How might any outcomes influence the broader dynamics between Harry and the rest of the royal family? While nothing is confirmed, and speculation should always be approached with care, many who follow these matters hope for resolutions that allow for safety alongside connection. Royal experts often point out that the monarchy has weathered periods of distance and reconciliation before. History shows that relationships within the family can find new rhythms over time. There's something poignant about the way these stories unfold in the public eye. On one hand, the grandeur of royal appearances and traditions continues to captivate audiences worldwide. On the other, behind the protocol and palaces, there are fathers, sons, brothers, and grandparents grappling with change. Prince Harry's situation invites us to reflect on themes of independence, protection, and belonging, ideas that transcend any single news cycle. In many ways, this chapter underscores the evolving nature of the British monarchy in the 21st century. It must balance reverence for its historic role with the realities of modern life, personal agency, and global scrutiny. For Harry, the path forward seems defined by a commitment to his own family unit while carrying the weight of his royal upbringing. Whether future visits or developments bring moments of warmth or continued challenges, the public interest remains rooted in that very human story. As we watch these events continue to play out, it's a reminder of how intertwined personal stakes and public responsibilities can become. The monarchy endures not just through ceremony, but through the people who inhabit it, their joys, struggles, and quiet determinations. What are your thoughts on how these kinds of security and family matters play out for the royals today? Has your perspective on the Sussex's journey shifted over the years, or do you see certain patterns remaining steady? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Thoughtful discussions are what make these conversations meaningful. And if you appreciate these deeper looks into royal news and the stories behind the headlines, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss future updates. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.